Tanks have been a feature of warfare since September 15, 1916, when a British Mark I heavy tank lurched towards German positions at the Battle of Flers Courcelette during the Somme offensive of World War I. The Mark I was an unwieldy beast. Still, the military vehicle changed the course of history. Now every country has begun to compete for who has the greatest tanks. From the iconic M1 Abrams to the state-of-the-art T-14 Armata, each tank has revolutionized battlefields worldwide. But are these tanks as capable as they are rumored to be in modern combat? Well, let's find out if you really know tanks. Perhaps the world's fiercest tank battle was not during any of the world wars, but just 30 years ago in the desert of Iraq. The tank battles of Operation Desert Sabre, part of the renowned Desert Storm operation during the Gulf War, are among the most intense armored warfare in history. The war took over 4 days, from February 24th to 28th in 1991, when over 3,000 coalition tanks and thousands of Iraqi armored vehicles clashed in the deserts of Kuwait and Iraq. This battle involved a series of epic encounters known for the intensity caused by the tanks. Imagine you are in this dangerous battle that lasted 36 hours. The U.S. forces were equipped with the formidable M1 Abrams tanks, while the Iraqi forces used Soviet-era tanks. The tanks crossed the Saudi-Iraqi border and swept north, surprising the Iraqi forces defending Kuwait's coast. With the thousands of tanks, there was chaos at nighttime, relentless rain, and smoke from the burning oil fields. There was a quick victory and low coalition casualties, with tank crews operating under extreme fatigue since they couldn't rest. This confusion led to fatal accidents, as well as friendly fire incidents. The tank battles demonstrated the dominance of modern armored warfare, with new benchmark for speed, firepower, and coordination that outpaced even the largest World War II battles. Tanks have proven time and time again that they are more than just machines. They can be large protectors on the battlefield and reduce casualties by shielding troops, but in chaotic and intense situations like Operation Desert Sabre, they can lead to fatal casualties. Let's dive deeper into what makes modern battle tanks indispensable in modern warfare. During the First World War, soldiers were finding it difficult to get through battle with their trucks. The wheels on military trucks were no match for the shell craters, deep mud, trenches, and barbed wire that they encountered during the war. Military around the world realized that they need a new weapon to break the stalemate of trench warfare, which is where the battle tanks came in. Battle tanks made their debut in the First World War when the United Kingdom developed Mark I and used it in the Battle of the Somme. While it was the first tank, it was far from perfect, easily breaking down and moving slowly. However, major progress was made in warfare since it could move easily through muddy trenches and barbed wire. Once other countries saw this development, France quickly followed suit with its own design in 1917. The French released the Renault FT, which has a fully rotating turret that would be part of future tanks for decades. It was smaller and more agile. Germany responded towards the end of World War I with the A7V and is known for having the most advanced technology in warfare. By the Second World War, the battle tanks became the centerpiece of battle, including major events like El Alamein, the invasion of Normandy, and Kursk. The Second War was the true proof of the tank, with Germany's Panzer and Tiger tanks leading the charge during the Blitzkrieg operations. America released the M4 Sherman, a workhorse that was not as powerful as the German tanks, but was easy to maintain. It was fast and reliable, giving the USA an edge over other countries. The Soviet Union's T-34 tank was also similar and proved decisive in the Battle of Kursk of 1943, one of the largest tank battles in history. Do you think you know how battle tanks work? At the core of every battle tank, regardless of the country that makes it, it's mobility, armor, and firepower. The tank's main body is the hull, which houses the engine, ammunition, and crew. It's constructed with heavy armor to withstand enemy fire while moving through battle. On top of the hull, you can see the rotating structure. That's called the turret, first added by the French. The turret holds the tank's primary weapon, and it's usually a large caliber gun. Another component of the battle tank is the tracks, unlike the wheels used on normal vehicles. These tracks are fitted to the bottom of the tank and can push through rough terrain while distributing the weight of the tank evenly. This allows the tank to move without sinking. The heart of a battle tank is the engine, which gives it the power to move its massive bulk and rotate the turret. Then there's the fire control system. the brain behind the tank's weaponry that helps the crew accurately engage targets from far distances. Nowadays, tanks are fitted with artificial intelligence, machine learning algorithms, and sensors like thermal imaging equipment and infrared light, making it easy to move in poor weather, smoke, and at night. They now have unmanned systems, electromagnetic armor systems, hybrid engines, and stealth capabilities. The crew consists of a commander, gunner, driver, and a loader, all coordinating to maneuver the tank and fire at targets. But if you're thinking about modern tanks, you must know about the backbone of most modern armies, the main battle tank. The main battle tank is designed to be a primary armored force of any battlefield led by the U.S. forces. They combine powerful weapons, heavy weapons, and the ability to adapt to different combat situations. The United States has one of the world's most famous tanks, the M1 Abrams. The M1 Abrams is well known for its sophisticated armor and powerful armaments, and has been ranked as one of the world's top tanks. It was introduced in 1980 and works with a 4-person crew and 1,500 horsepower of engine power. The main armament is a 120mm smoothbore, which boasts formidable combat power. It was first deployed in 1980 and was used in the Iraq War in 1991 and 2003. Now, although the original M1 Abrams is no longer viable for warfare, it has undergone many upgrades, including improved firepower, armor, and optics. The latest upgrade is the M1A2 SEP V3, safer yet more lethal than the previous versions. The M1 Abrams is still used in war today. In fact, it was used on the front lines during the Ukraine war. The tanks destroyed the opponent's vehicles, taking out Russian infantry and equipment. This is all proof that the tank remains one of the most powerful and viable in the world. But it's not the only one. If you ask anyone what the most powerful tank in the world is after the M1 Abrams, Germany's Leopard 2 is a close second. It ranks among the top tanks due to its balance of protection and precision. For one, it is equipped with the 120mm smoothbore gun, the same as the M1 Abrams. The gun has a lethal capacity and is controlled by the advanced fire control system in different combat scenarios. The Leopard 2 is fitted with armor consisting of composite layers and modular armor that can be upgraded for different threats. It's resilient against kinetic and chemical energy. Another feature of the Leopard 2 is the 1,500 horsepower engine, which is similar to the M1 Abrams. And of course, we know that German engineering is one of the best, which is evident in Leopard 2. Germany actually sent 2 of these tanks to Ukraine during the war against Russia and trained the Ukraine military on how to use the latest version, the A6. When comparing the Leopard 2 with the M1 Abrams, it's actually hard to say which is better, as they both have similar specs and are being used on the same side. The Russian T-72 is considered to be one of the best in the world, especially since it's been used by countries worldwide. The T-72 might not be as advanced since it's an old Soviet tank, but many are saying that this keeps Russia in the fight against Ukraine. Aside from being in Ukraine, it has been widely used worldwide for the last 20 years. On the battle tank, you get a 125mm cannon with a range of 4,500 meters, but it also features a coax machine gun and an anti-aircraft machine gun. It allows for a crew of 3 people and a 780 horsepower engine. This engine seems weaker than the Leopard 2 and M1 Abrams, but the edge that the T-72 has is that Russia can cheaply produce many more, regardless of how many are destroyed in wars. Although military tanks were first used in the First World War, they are still relevant in modern warfare today. Unsurprisingly, they remain a critical part of any military since they can go over or through anything, maneuvering through the battlefield. Now, there have been debates over the tank's future in modern warfare, but it has a strong ability to dominate ground combat while drones and cyber warfare emerge. In conflicts like the war in Ukraine, tanks have proven that they are still crucial to playing the offensive and defensive. The Ukraine-Russia war is perhaps the most popular war today. This major conflict has seen the gathering of some of the best tanks in the world, like the Leopard 2, donated by Germany, the M1 Abrams from the USA, and the British Challenger 2, given by the UK. The T-90 and T-72 battle tanks are being used on Russia's side. Tanks are also being used in the Gaza war, especially by the Israeli military, with their impressive Merkava 4 tanks. From Sudan to Syria, wars worldwide have used the most advanced tanks with impressive features they wouldn't have imagined a century ago. Now, do you think tanks are still relevant in modern warfare? Well, all the major countries in the world seem to think so. If you think this video was intriguing, let us know in the comments what type of topics you want us to cover next. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating and fascinating content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.